Hi, welcome back to OG Dweeb, and today I'm going to do something a little different. As I've mentioned before, I apologize in advance. I don't have a over-the-shoulder recording, like a tripod, so I'm holding this. It may be a little shaky. But I wanted to do a review on these Staedtler watercolor paints I picked up a few weeks ago. When I purchased these, the only review I was able to find online was a YouTube video in which the reviewer compares a $20 set of paints to paints that cost $10 a tube, professional quality paints. These are student quality paints, and it was an unfair comparison. And frankly, not everybody can afford to go out and buy $10 per tube paints, which is a bone of contention I have with a lot of these YouTube reviewers and supposed art teachers, is that if they are recommending that someone who's never really seriously drawn before go out and buy over $100 Prismacolor pencils. Somebody asked me what kind of materials were needed to learn how to draw. I would say go get yourself a dollar store sketchbook and some mechanical pencils at the dollar store, and get yourself some Crayola colored pencils and start by shading spheres, cones, and rectangles. I always would recommend a art supply that is consistent with the artist's ability. But anyway, let me get into it. This is something that kind of grinds my gears. I don't know. It's a nitpick of mine. Anyway, so I started off with these Master's Touch paints, as I said. This is Hobby Lobby's store brand. They were fine for the first couple months, but they do dry very chalky, which if you run your finger over the paper, the pigment will come off when they're dry. And also, they do not do wet into wet. They don't blend very well. But, you know, it's good enough to get somebody started, to get used to, different brush techniques, things like that. So let's move on to the Staedtler paints. They were very creamy out of the tube. The consistency is nice. The pigmentation is great. Very, very bright. And I'll show you some comparison paintings in a minute. I did not get a single dry tube in the bunch. I have purchased paints before that were, a little lower cost. And I get them home and there are tears in the tubes and the paint is dry. I've had that happen a few times. All of them were good. All of them were of good consistency. You do get the colors titanium white, lemon yellow, cadmium yellow, gamboge, I believe is the way you pronounce it, orange yellow, yellow ochre, vermilion, scarlet lake, alizarin crimson, rose, mauve, violet, light green, sap green, phthalo green, deep green, ultramarine blue, cobalt blue, cerulean blue, Prussian blue, burnt sienna, raw umber, burnt umber, and black. I went ahead and put these into a palette. I prefer to use mine laid out dry. And I paid $2.99 for this palette. It's fine. It does the job. However, if I kind of zoom in here, you can see with this white paint, these other paints are still wet from the last, the work I was doing earlier. But you can see from the white paint, they do crack, and I have had some of the colors fall off the palette. So if you're like me and you like them dry, get something like this, like with pans and fill pans. That you don't want, this isn't a good idea for travel. So I've just been leaving it laid out flat. As far as consistency after they're dry, pigmentation is the same. I'm very happy. They're very bright and vibrant. I like to do bold lines and vibrant colors in my work, partially because of my eyesight, which I think I mentioned in another video. I was born with cataracts, so when I was younger, everything seemed kind of dull, so I kind of just brightened it up on my own, and that's just kind of what my style has become. I still continue to do it, even though I can see colors better now. But anyway, here's a drawing I did, a painting. See, I'm still stuck in my pencil mode. With the Master's Touch, and let's see if we still get some. And it's not as bad as it was. Let's see. Yeah, see, there's some pigmentation coming off of there. Actually, quite a bit. And I did this painting, I don't know, maybe about a month and a half ago. And then I've got one that I did over the weekend with these paints. Yeah, I like to do funky stuff too. Like, for example, pickles are my favorite snack. So I did this side by side. I don't know if I'm going to cut them apart or not, but I did these for my art room that I'm hopefully going to be getting when my daughter moves the rest of her stuff out. But anyways, you can see I'm going to rub my finger here. I did this over the weekend, and look, Nothing. Let me try the green. Nothing. These dry much better, not chalky. And you can see they're very bright when they dry. You know, sometimes you get paints that look pretty vibrant when you get them on the paper, and then when they're dry, then no. But anyway, that's my short little blurb on Staedtler paint. Staedtler also makes really good good quality pencils. I would definitely recommend these to a high school student or a beginning college student. I think I might purchase these again. I'll be frank. I don't have the money to go out and spend $10 a tube, nor do I think that my skill level calls for that yet. Certainly, if I were doing professional quality work and I was going to try to sell my paintings, yes, I would be using top-of-the-line $10 a tube paints. I own a set of Prismacolors for my drawings. I mean, but my skill level with drawing is better than my skill level with painting, so it's called for. But yeah, I would recommend these to a beginning hobbyist. I will tell you, I would forego the Master's Touch brand. I would forego store brands and get something that comes from a company that has a bit of a reputation. I've also heard that Sakura Koi are good, and I believe it's called Gansai Tambi. It's a Japanese brand. Those are also available at Hobby Lobby. So, you know, I hope this review helped somebody out because, like I said, there wasn't one, and I just kind of bought these blindly hoping they were good, and thankfully they turned out to be pretty cool. So, hope everybody has a good day. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to review more art supplies because I have tons of stuff. My desk is a mess, so I don't really want to show you. But I have Prismacolor watercolor pencils. I have Prismacolor colored pencils. I have all kinds. I have so much stuff. You guys have no idea. My crafts are just exploding in our storage room. Like, it's just crafts. There's, like, yarn everywhere, like spider webs. But anyway, again, have a good day. See you guys later.